Hey everybody, welcome back to DIY Boomboxes in Texas. My name is Phil, your host, and check out what we got here. It's been a long time since I've done a cooler. It may be as long as a year since I've done a cooler. And this one here is really cool. This one here was let me start over. A gentleman asked me to make this one. Oh, by the way, it's our Saturday night jam session. And here comes Duke. I think Duke might join us in just a minute. He's coming into the room, coming into the studio, as we call it. All right, this gentleman here wanted this for his boat, and it'd be used for fishing. And he wanted something waterproof, loud, that could jam. It's got USB ports to charge your phone. And he also wanted some lights. So we got some lights right there on the front. Let me turn the main light off. You see how dark? Well, turn this light off. There we go. Very bright lights. And those are really cool. He also wants some lights on the back. But while we spin it around, I'll show you. We have our Rockville Marine speakers. Completely waterproof. Sound fantastic. These are actually my favorite speakers I like to use on builds. They have almost identical specs to Kickers, but they're a lot more affordable. I think and they can handle more power than the Kickers can. Okay, here on the back, we have our voltage gauge with our USB ports. This is our plug to plug in the battery for the battery charger. It does have an 18 amp hour deep cycle battery inside, and it'll run for about 15 to 17 hours on a charge. And of course, here's our other lights right there. And let me show you how those look. Very cool. I really like this cooler a lot. I think I'm gonna make myself one of these days. It's got the telescoping handle, so you can roll it. It's got some weight to it. It probably weighs about 35 or 40 pounds. And of course, we have speakers on both sides. Now I want to explain something real quick. I have a lot of people say, well, I want my speakers in the front instead of on the sides. But here's the thing that I've noticed from experience. I've had coolers like this in the past that I've used, that I've sold. When you have the speakers on the sides like this, the sound actually goes out 365 degrees, almost evenly, versus, it's got a carry handle, by the way, too. Versus if you have two in the front, most of the sound is here in the front. You got people back here, they're not going to hear as good of a sound. Oh, goodness, this thing fall over? Yep, in my world. As the people who hear the speakers facing in the front. So, anyway, that's why I say a lot of people are kind of skeptical about having the speakers on both sides. It sends the sound out 365 degrees, and it sounds absolutely fantastic, which you're about to hear in just a moment. Units like this cost about $350 to $375, the way it's set up like this. And the cool thing about these, waterproof switches, by the way, too, and the lights are marine grade. They're waterproof as well. If anything ever breaks, I can fix it. Of course, we have latches holding down the lid, and all the electronics are on the inside. Cannot be used as a cooler, but I have a video covering that, of why I don't make ones that are functional coolers. And if you want to go watch that video, it's called Where Do You Put the Beer? And it's about, maybe 30 or 40 videos down. You can scroll through it and find it. Even maybe go, search it on YouTube, Where Do You Put the Beer? And you'll see the video where I compare coolers with speakers in the lid that are functional versus coolers that are not functional. Because most people have already a good cooler, whether you have a big 60-quart Igloo or a Yeti, because you're not going to be able to put much in here, especially for a family. So make this your sound system. This is like any other waterproof Bluetooth speaker that you would buy. But this is more powerful, and the cool thing is this is repairable. If you buy a Bluetooth speaker from the store, if it breaks, you got to throw it away and start over. It cannot be repaired. This can be repaired anytime it breaks. Now, people might say, well, if it's any good, why would it ever break? Well, you would agree that even Rolls-Royce has a repair shop. Anything man-made can break, but I can fix it. Anyway, that being said, let's crank this thing up and see how it sounds. Start over here. Here we go, a little Van Halen. and gentlemen, there it is, the awesome cooler. Give you another shot of this all the way around with the lights and the speakers and everything. Totally, totally cool. So this is cool because with these lower lights, as you can see here, you can set it on your table to light up your food or whatever you're working on at night. Where the other ones here will light up a little bit larger area while you're here doing some other things, fishing or what have you. You can set your tackle, things like that. Go ahead and turn this off. Anyway, that's it right here. These are fun things to have. I tell you, they're so versatile. You can take this out in the backyard. I had a friend of mine who borrowed one of mine. He was having a party for his kid, and all the family was coming over for a backyard party barbecue, and they had this as the sound system. And it was so funny because he told me after the party, the kids were outside playing basketball with it and jamming outside, and the kids didn't want to give it back. They're like, wow, we got to give it back. They were having so much fun playing their music on it. And my friend told me he had gone around the block to take care of some business, and he could hear this a block away. And he was just amazed at how loud it was. And it's really, really cool. I'm going to make myself one of these days. I'm still trying to catch up on some other projects. But this is actually part 1 of our Saturday night jam session. Part 2 is in the next video. I'm going to show you something I made for a gentleman's kayak. And we're going to get that taken care of. So anyway, leave your questions and comments below. If you have any questions about the components I use, be happy to help you out. If you want me to make you one, I'd love to make you one. Summer's coming up in about, 5 months? So this would be great for the beach, the pool, camping. I mean, if you want some, lights while you're out camping, that's what I'm going to build mine for camping. If the power goes out, this thing here will give you light, and you could also charge your phone off of it. And if you wanted to keep up with the news if the power goes out, I could put an auxiliary output on this, and Amazon sells this little Walkman for about $15. About the size of a credit card. You guys have seen me show that in another video. We can plug it in the back of the cooler, and you can listen to the radio broadcast of the situation if you're in a hurricane or an emergency situation like that. If you want to listen to the ball game, because for some reason iHeartRadio doesn't like to play the ball games over the phones. Anyway, that's it for me. Duke, well, he's over here. He's doing whatever Duke does. So maybe we'll get Duke in the next video. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to box this one up and ship it off on Monday. I think it's going to Tennessee, if memory serves me correct, but I'm not 100% sure. But looks like Duke might be making his way over here. Okay, there's Duke. Hello, Duke. If your first time seeing my videos, this is Mr. Duke here. He's our mascot. Come here, Duke. Duke, come here. Duke, say hi, everybody. I know we got a lot of boys and girls that I hear from the parents and grandparents that love watching Duke, and I bet Duke is older than most of you boys and girls. Duke is turning 14 this year. 14 years old. He's a teenager, and he's actually an old man at his age of a cat. And I've had Duke since he was 3 weeks old, and Duke has his own story. So if you want to hear Duke's story and see some of Duke's baby pictures, go to my playlist at the top of the screen, and you'll see a video that says the Duke the Cat Special, and that's Duke's video. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Saturday Night Jam Session Part 2 is coming up, so stay tuned for the next video. Say bye, Duke. See y'all later.